Hey y'all, it's me, Uberslope again, and I've been gone for a week simply because I was in Mexico, and to be honest, I did not want to really shorten my summer break like that. But anyway, that's why I've been gone for a bit, but now that's out of the way, we're going to be talking about a silly little game, which you may or may not have heard of, but you probably do because it's kind of getting sort of traction. And that's Break In and Steal Things, a retro, asymmetrical horror game where basically you have to steal this thing called an artifact from a monster, or not monsters, because sometimes they're not even monsters, and not die. And that's basically it. But mainly, I'm not talking about how the game works. I'm not here on how to play the game properly, because that's for a future video. Today, I'm just going to talk about what's kind of ruining the game. And I'm making this video so a dev might see it, and so they can fix the frickin' issues. Anyways, let's start with the first one. So with the first issue we have is friendly fire. This is very self-explanatory, but it's not just team killing, because friendly fire also gets in the way of, teammates trying to help other teammates. And for when you're trying to help a fellow contractee, because literally at any time when you're trying to line up your shot, there might be a chance that the contractee you're trying to help will just swerve into your gunfire. And even though I think the devs made it so you don't die instantly from being point blank shot, it still screws your teammates over, because it ragdolls them. They'll take more unnecessary damage. So yeah. Anyways, so number 2, we have player collision. And I know some of you might be saying, this isn't an issue, this is more of a minor issue. And I'm just saying some of you, maybe some of you probably see what I see, maybe some of you don't, but maybe you just don't sound like that. Well, I'm just saying, because sometimes you could be running from the entity, right? And then all of a sudden some snob blocks your way and you waste stamina and you don't even go anywhere. And especially in a cramped map like Area 51, like, oh my god, why did they revert it back to its first version? Like, this map is just so miserable to play as if you're like, I don't know, observer, but especially cubed hexa, because oh my god, he's just so slow. You just might as well just like give up if the artifact doesn't spawn where you spawn. Like, why is there 2 pedestals but only one artifact is at play? Anyways, next problem. And number 3, we have ranged weapons being able to go through walls. And I mean every single ranged ability / weapon goes through walls. Examples being puncture and skewer, the shotgun, the rocket launcher, that one electricity move Token does, Ashley's immobilizer, and pulverizer, and lastly, Ashley's briefcase, or I think that's how you say Ashley, because normally I just call it that because that's what it just looks like it would sound like. And it doesn't sound bad unless you go up against someone that's good at the game and they use the bugginess to their advantage, or you play on that damn teapot map where literally you can just fall off if you're not careful, or you just get cucked by some random teammate. Literally, it's the worst map if you're playing against someone that is cubed hexa or Ashley, because it's just GG's. You can get flung off the map with puncture and skewer, with specifically, I would say, Token, actually no, all of his skins, because they have some form of ragdoll, but I would say specifically So Retro, because his puncture and skewer reels in players. So that means he just has to position himself behind the wall, and that wall has to have nothing in front of it, so no floors, and just drag you right to him, and all you can do is just acknowledge that you're dead. Like, oh my god, this map is so freaking bad. But anyways, that's it. Number 4. You know how the Razorback in TF2 protects you from backstabs? Well, the bot at UKRY and Box Factory basically does the same thing. Not even joking. The bots can protect you from things like the shotgun, the rocket launcher. I forgot that one move the freaking observer does, and ice stalkers and volatile echo. Because here's the thing, for some reason the bots have their own like rig on where they get hit and stuff, and since they can take damage but not die, that means that they're basically a shield that you carry on your back. And since they don't, slow you down, you have protection, and you can still do the charge when you have them. So, yeah, this is just armor, except it's kind of inconsistent because, if they attack you from the front, you're kind of dead. But mainly, this fucking bot just absorbs damage like a sponge. So yeah, I'm just confused why the bots even have like protection, like not protection, but I'm just so confused why the bots even have like hit stuff, hit reg, hit hurt box, I don't know, because like they're not even players. Why do they have it? And I'm glad that they got rid of all the teapot civilians, which is good because they got in the way of almost everything you would do. But still, it's kind of sure it's like a map issue, but like I don't want to fucking play a game where this guy is about to die from something that should have killed him just for the bot to just tank it. Anyways, next problem. And number 5 is the lack of stun immunity.
Hey Watson,
okay.
Cinderblock.
Now this is a huge problem because you literally could be so unlucky that the server you're in is both big and brave to fight back. Like, you'll literally be turned into a game of pinball because you'll be constantly pushed around from the amount of shotguns, charges, and kabooms. And it becomes unplayable. Like, I am confused how there is no stun immunity. This should have been a thing in like the very first beginning of this game's existence. Like, the millisecond that anchored icon goes away, boom, you can just get stunned right after. And not only that, but you can still take damage when you're stunned, which drags into my next problem, which is taking damage when you're stunned. Now that's not even fair at all, buddy pal. Like I guess like Die of Death does it, but that one makes sense because at least you don't get stunned when that shit happens. So what I am saying is that please give every single freaking entity some form of damage protection and stun immunity. And here's the funny thing, Ashley's the only character to have damage protection. And I know you might be saying, oh, but he has low health, it makes sense for him to have that, for one of my less intelligent viewers that are probably watching. Well, that doesn't really matter if he literally has a second life. Like, if his health literally goes to 0, you would just hear that ding and the freaking ULTRAKILL druid sound effect, or I think that's what it's called. It goes invincible for like 10 seconds, has his health back, his life steal because he's in postal. I don't want to hear that excuse. I don't want to hear that. And not only that, but same thing with the big server and the huge amount of guns. You can still die. It doesn't matter what entity you play as. You could be observer and have a ton of health. You'll still die from being flung off the map or just being stunned over and over because, you don't get protection like Ashley who does. But anyway, since we got 2 problems in one, let's go to problem 7. And with number 7 is dying as the entity feels too punishing. Especially if you die in the first minute because, I don't know, some balagna. And also just ragdolling yourself far out of bounds. Like, not even like where you die, or not die, but teleport back to where you spawn and stuff. Because literally, if you get flung far enough out of the map, you won't even respawn. You'll just die permanently. Which is weird because on that teapot map, you don't die forever, but these, you die forever? Why? But anyways, I feel like we should put like a timeout system, maybe make the entity come back after like 60 or 30 seconds, and not permanently die, because it's not fun to watch everyone slowly put all the puzzle pieces together, slowly bring back the freaking artifact and objectives. It's not fun. So maybe, please, just make it so it's a timeout and not permanent. I beg. Next problem. So number 9 is just, like I said before, just there's nothing stopping you from falling off the map and dying forever. Literally nothing. If you get bullied hard enough or fuck yourself over, you can just fall off the map and die forever. There's no map barriers. There's no invisible walls. But yeah, that's just it. Another small complaint. So number 10, our final problem, or issue I would say, same thing, is why is there a few specific skins that can lunge but the others can't? Like, genuinely. There are only 4 skins that can lunge. And here's the thing, I thought before that it was a weapon thing, and you needed like a skin like Dignity and Queen to simply lunge. But no, that's not even true, because there's 2 non-weapon wielding skins that have the lunge. That's X and this Alt Noli. And I just gotta ask one thing, why can they lunge but everyone else can't? And I swear to God, I remember I saw a default observer lunge. And this was like before their micro updates where they added like 2 skins for like 2 or 1 entity. But still, like, why? Why can they lunge but these others can't? I'm just confused. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. I'll probably do a video on like how to properly play, you know, the game, so you don't get yelled at by your entire team. And oh yeah, there's an update coming on the 30th of December. But heck, I'm just some random teenager that barely knows anything about game development. So in conclusion, pretty please add a private server panel. When you're ragdolled and stunned, you can still waste stamina. Have a crotchy day, and goodbye to everyone watching.
That's my bar. Shit. He copied my whole fucking flow.
That's kissed me through the phone.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.